Hola, amigos. NRW, Nerds Rule the World. Heather Hurt, KAYFABEYBABY. Wearing the same clothes we've been wearing the same past 2 weeks because we're recording this in advance. I'm actually on vacation right now in Disney World, probably on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride that I put advanced time in because Heather gave me that warning that if you don't, you're not going to ride it because people are crazy. And you need to make sure you do that in advance. It gets too long. So while I'm doing that, we want to give you our entertainment picks. Heather, you're fresh from your trip. How was your vacation?
Let me tell you before I even leave the house how my vacation.
You had a good time. You have that glow.
I know. I have that getting ready to not be in this country anymore glow. We will talk about it. Actually, KAYFABEYBABY is talking about Disney, and this is actually something that is really on my plate. I do want to post videos about Disney and about things specifically for motion sickness, and tips for people who have motion sickness problems. I am still planning to record that. School is in the way. So,
the Guardians ride affect me? Is it affecting me right now?
Well, it's good. So for those of you who want, okay, sneak peek. For those of you who want to get on rides like Tron or Guardians of the Galaxy and have motion sickness issues, Guardians of the Galaxy is a little bit more difficult. You want to be more centered in the ride so that you can, so that you don't get thrown around as much.
So sit in the middle.
Yes, so sit more in the middle.
Okay.
But for Tron, ask to be in the front. Asked to be in one of the front lanes. And you can do this, by the way. Disney is very, very accommodating. And this is for all parks. They are very accommodating to when you say, hey, I have motion sickness. Can I be in the front? Or, hey, I have motion sickness. Can I be in the middle? I did that for rides. I did that for both of the Star Wars rides where I was like, where is the best place for me to sit? What is the best role I can do? And I was able to get where I wanted to go very easily. So for Tron and for Guardians of the Galaxy, the most important thing you can do is remember that the screens are happening everywhere, but you need to look one way. The most important thing for you to do is to not forget where the horizon is. And unfortunately, that means you won't see everything. But if you want to go on a ride, sometimes it's more important to experience the ride than experience at least some of the ride, even if you can't get all of it. So I was not able to go on Guardians of the Galaxy for reasons not necessarily motion sickness related. But I went on Tron, which I was really nervous I wasn't going to be able to go on. And I just looked straight. I got to see about a third of the ride from the 365 position, but I got to enjoy it and be part of it. And I did not have any motion sickness problems. So just remember, keep looking straight. Keep looking straight. Don't get distracted. Don't go, which will adjust to your horizon understanding. And that's where your motion sickness will come.
Dope. Definitely going to keep that in the canister. Hopefully future Patrick is doing that right now and did that. I wonder if they have, I don't know if you remember when you went to the park, how they give those buttons where first timer, just married. I wonder if they have a motion sickness one that I can grab.
That would be a good idea, but
you know
I bet.
What I'm saying?
So I don't know how good, actually, I'm going to take that back. I don't know how good of an idea it was because, so Yeti, Mount Everest is, I would say, one of the few rides at the park that you should not go on if you have motion sickness. And I talked to them, and the one thing they said, and I asked this, the number one question you can ask when you're there is, hey, I have motion sickness, where should I sit? And they will usually tell you the front. So Slinky Dog, sit at the front. Most of the rides you want to sit at the front because you're not in the back. The back is doing the snake tail. The front is far more stable. That's why you want to sit in the front, especially on roller coasters. But the very first thing they said to me is, don't ride on this ride.
Oh, they'll say don't even get on.
Yeah, they'll say, and a lot of them don't know because remember, these people, a lot of them are kids and they're just doing their job, going from place to place to place. They might not know where the best place is. So saying I have motion sickness might actually ring some alarm bells. I will say they still have the pins. My husband and I got anniversary pins when we went. So
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what last time when Madison was younger and we would get those little pins. I was curious if they had one, but now you might be right. They might not. Hey, we don't think you should go on because
didn't go on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that was a kind of an idea, but I guess you might be right. Yeah. All right. So, future Patrick is enjoying Disney World right now. So, Heather, who's fresh from her vacation, is gonna go see these films, I think, this week, right, Heather?
As long as they're not 2 hours away, I will definitely go see them.
All right. First up this week, we have romantic comedy. And we actually did a reaction to this not too long ago from Bleecker Street. It's called The Wedding Banquet. Here we go.
Which I did not know this until literally
Baby's
today.
gonna change everything.
The remake.
The BB art and
Oh,
Chris
okay.
will change the diapers. You're giving me.
Is it? Because I thought it was the original script by Andrew On. Well, I don't know.
Lee would
We'll
be
have to
such a
learn.
good mom.
So would you.
Doesn't matter if it's Lee or me, because we don't have the money.
His visa runs out in a few months and he doesn't want to go back to Korea.
My grandmother doesn't know I'm gay.
You come out, they cut you off.
I have a proposal. You marry me, and I'll pay for Liz to grow a baby.
What?
Me? My daughter marrying a man. It's for the cause. We're helping a gay couple stay together.
Delete all of it?
All of it. Every Pride Parade photo, every National Coming Out Day post.
Can I still post Instagram stories?
Do you want grandchildren?
I'll delete Instagram now.
Ian's grandmother flew in from Korea to meet her future granddaughter-in-law.
What are we supposed to do exactly?
We gotta de-queer the house. You.
What?
You look gay.
When I see something,
Honey, I'm home.
and when I try to help,
Have you picked the wedding date?
We don't want a ceremony.
No ceremony?
This is absurd. All so you can get a green card.
Let's try looking more in love.
I don't even want to be an American. The trains are so slow and I never know how much to tip.
할아버지 물론 네 결혼 기다리셔. 니들 다 바보야.
What did she say? She said we're dumb.
Yeah, I got to look into that because I thought this was, again, original from Andrew On.
No, this is Ang Lee created the original 1993 version. It's an Ang Lee film. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Actually, it's there, right? This is a fresh reimagining of Ang Lee's beloved award-winning rom-com team. Okay, so it's a reimagining of his stuff from
It's a
Andrew.
reboot.
Got it. All right, so what are your thoughts on The Wedding Banquet, Heather? We did a react to this, but
Yeah.
if you want to,
We talked
now
about-
as part of the weekly, what do you want to say about this?
I would say definitely go watch our react because KUP brought up some concerns that I think are reasonable. I brought up some reasons to combat that, and hopefully that'll make things better. So if you have concerns about the type of content that this could create, type of conversation it could create, I think KUP and I had a great conversation about it. Other than that, this movie looks like a lot of fun. I am curious to see the original now. I didn't know Ang Lee wrote
Yeah, same. You
a
got me
gay
curious
movie.
on
I
that
didn't.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Okay. I'm curious totally to see that.
Yeah.
But other than
Might
that,
have to do a review of that one too. We'll have to dive back because I'm very curious now. Yeah.
I know. But other than that, I'm excited. I think this looks really cute. It's by a whole bunch of comedians that and great personalities that I think will bring great, a great feeling to this film. So
Definitely agree. And I echo Heather. We had a whole thing of like my vibe. I still feel the same. I hope, we see how they kind of work that out. But again, I'm Asian American, love that all my people are working and a lot of people I love in this. So yeah, I'm very curious how it is. But now very curious to, again, your point, Heather. Ang Lee did a previous film that this is reimagined. So I might have to dive into that as well. So yeah, looking forward to both of those films now. All right, a returning film for the series, but the final season of the series because they head over into a film that this is a prequel to. I'm talking about Andor, the final season, season 2, because we go into Rogue One. Here we go.
To steal from the Empire? To just walk in like you belong? They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house. Cassian Andor. The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real? I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting. You're in my net. Are you a fish? Or are you a thief? You're slipping. I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long. As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
This is what revolution looks like. I'm tired of losing.
All right, Andor, the final season drops April 18th. What do you think, Heather?
Andor will forever be one of the few things that I can proudly say, I told y'all so. I told y'all so. This series was in 2022 when the first season released. 2022? 2023? 2022?
I can't remember.
Now I'm just making sure. I think it was either 2022 or 2023. It's been a hot minute. 2022. I knew I was right. Star Wars nerds out there getting mad at me.
They're judging you silently.
It was a slow burn series that after season with it, once you got to episode 3 was absolute insanity and good, and it's just phenomenal. I mean, you got Daddy Skarsgård in there, and you got and you got Diego Luna, and you just got these incredible talents doing this like slow burn, great backstory to Star Wars, and I love it. I love every part of this. I loved Rogue One, and I'm so excited for this, and I'm actually deeply hurt that Disney didn't send it to me.
But we're going to remedy that, and we'll probably have a full review of the whole season up with Heather and yours truly. But
yeah, someone else got it.
Disney
got it.
Hey, you know what? We can't call it around here. Our Disney relationship is kind of crazy. Anyway, but we'll have a review up of that. So Andor is dropping this week with, I think, the first 2 episodes. I think they're dropping the first 3.
The first 3.
Oh,
so
first 3.
This is the series was always meant to be a 24-part series. This will be a 12-episode season, just like the first one. And this is the second part. The first 3 episodes drop.
All right, there you go. Heather got it all in. Top pick this week, although Andor is kind of, I don't know, I just kind of flipped the quarter on this when I was doing the picks. So from Warner Brothers, I believe, we have Sinners, because I'm a sinner, because I sinned on not having Andor, the topic. Where am I going? All right, here, let's go to the trailer.
I'm kind of concerned by that entire intro right there. To be fair, though, I'm so fucking excited about this movie.
My concern is this is going to be, the screening is going to happen while I'm out in Disney.
Oh no, I might have to go. Oh no.
I've been all over
You're
this
always able to go, Heather. I just want to point that out.
I know.
Just where it's at is the problem.
I just don't know if the $40 in gas are worth it, unfortunately.
That's the truth.
Hey, brother. Be careful. I will.
You know, I never noticed it was twins.
With all the things that I seen.
Got it in the trailer. Oh, we didn't.
I ain't ever seen no demons, no ghosts, no magic. Till now. Hey, get back inside.
Let me in, man. Some weird shit going on out here.
You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
All right, there you go. Sinners dropping this week. What are your thoughts on Sinners, Heather?
I love a good vampire story. I love a good vampire story. And I mean, Michael B. Jordan. If you are not a Michael B. Jordan fan, I don't trust you. I'm just gonna be very blatantly honest.
Okay.
But I think he's phenomenal in almost everything he does. And I'm very curious. I like the concept of this being kind of, like a post, I don't want to say like a post reconstruction period, but I'm curious to see how they're going to incorporate things that are actually happening, the hatred, the bigotry. It's often reflected in horror. You see those elements reflected in horror. So I'm curious to see like how they're going to involve like the KKK in this, how they're going to involve politics. Because that's the type of films that this could be. It could literally be all of that wrapped up in the story of vampires. And I like that. I like the idea of not knowing and it also being a horror and also a vampire movie.
I feel that. I hear that. I am very interested. My biggest thing with this, I'm very curious if this film is going to be good. I hope it's good. I'm always cheering for people of color to get a win. You know what I'm saying? As a person of color, we need wins in regards to, and that's a whole big statement in regards to financial success and everything, because that determines whether or not the next person of color is going to get a leg up and everything like that. Is a big meaning to it. Reason being is that if you look at Coogler's portfolio, past credits, it's all been more other people IP stuff. This from my brief bit of research is his first like original project outside of everything else. He worked on Black Panther Marvel project, Creed, an existing IP, the Rocky stuff, Fruitvale Station, based on a true story. He really hasn't had his own major IP on such a stage. And I think I see you doing the same research right now, Heather. This is his first big one. So this is going to speak volumes if it does well. And I'm hoping for a win for that brother. Because I think he's definitely talented. But this is the first test of him doing his own writing, directing, producing on a project. All the other ones he was heavily involved in.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his, it was an existing IP. You know what I'm saying? Creed had Rocky. Black Panther had Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Fruitvale, historical event. You know what I'm saying? People were aware of that. People are obviously hungry for black vampires. You know what I'm saying? We want to see that in there because we know there's black vampires. You know what I'm saying?
I think the word you're thinking of is thirsty.
Thirsty. People are thirsty for black vampires. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since Blade. And what were the other? There's some other good black vampire shows. I forgot the names of some of the series that were on.
There's been a lot of
we're thirsting about. Yeah,
there's been a lot of great.
There's like a New Orleans Bayou set one that I know people were loving.
There's. There's also like True Blood had many.
Blood, yes. True Blood is one I was thinking that had more white leads, but there's a thirst for some of the vampires I know of color that were on that show. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting of how if people will support it. And I hope so. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
I'm down.
Very curious. All right. The picks for this week for April 18th are Andor, Sinners, and what was the other one that I had up? The Wedding Banquet. Where we stand this week, Heather?
It's a pretty solid week. There's
okay.
a little bit of horror, there's a little bit of action, there's a little bit of comedy, and there's a little bit of diversity while we still got it.
We have an Asian film, we have a black film. What was it?
We have
a very mixed group.
We have a Latinx led character. Led film. Even though I've heard this, so for those of you who are Latin, please tell us. I was told that Latinx was actually a term that was basically coined by white people. So if I should not be saying it, can you please tell me, like, get a solid confirmation, not just random people chit-chatting on X about it? Please tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I want to know. But we have a solid mix, and hopefully by the time this comes out, Disney has not bent the knee to the FCC. Fingers crossed.
All right, so those are our thoughts. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And let us know what you think of Sinners, The Wedding Banquet, and Andor. Heather Hurt, Kuya P, Nerds Rule the World. Bye.